Dear students, welcome to the session 33 of second BA Optional English of Mangalore University. Mrs. Sumana Rajendra, Associate Professor, Department of English, Purna Prashna College, Urdu. In today's session, I will be dealing with session 33, which deals with the major incidents in Charles Dickens' The Pickwick Papers. Now, let us look at the plot of the novel as it progresses through both major and minor incidents. In the novel, you have a combination of some major incidents and along with it, a number of minor incidents. Let us look at the major incidents. First of all, the major incident that occurs in the novel is the visit of Pickwick and his friends to Rochester and their encounter with the rascal Jingle, who gets Winkle involved in the prospect of a duel. In fact, this is the first time that the Pickwickians encounter this major villain of the novel, Jingle. Later, they visit Dingley Dell, which is the home of the very hospitable and entertaining Mr. Wardle. Mr. Wardle is a major character in the novel who gets very close to the Pickwickians and is only too happy to entertain them on various occasions. Next, the important incident in the novel is when Jingle woos Wardle's spinster sister Rachel, and she gets trapped and she elopes with Jingle. Then you have Wardle taking the help of Pickwick to go in search of his sister so that they can recover her from a major disaster. Further, the Pickwickians visit Eatanswill, where a parliamentary election is in progress. It is through this incident that you have the introduction of politics into the novel. Then you have Pickwick with his three friends visiting Bury St. Edmunds, where Pickwick and Sam Weller are fooled by Jingle and his servant, Job Trotter. They pursue Jingle to Ipswich, where Mr. Pickwick unknowingly enters the bedroom of a middle aged lady at night. It was not his fault, it was by mistake that he enters, and this creates a great ripple there. Further, you have these characters enjoying themselves at Christmas time at a place called Dingley Dell. Then you have a lady called Mrs. Borden, who is actually Mr. Pickwick's landlady, and she lands up in a misconception when Pickwick speaks to her. She thinks that he is actually proposing to her. This incident leads to the famous action taken by Mrs. Borden against Mr. Pickwick for breach of promise of marriage. Then you have their visit to Bath, in which Winkle figures prominently in his courtship of Arabella Allen. It is here that Winkle tries to court Arabella, and in turn, she too is attracted to Winkle. Pickwick, by the way, refuses to pay the damages and costs of his action, and this leads on to his subsequent imprisonment. The period of Mr. Pickwick's imprisonment in the Fleet forms another major incident in the novel. It is through this incident that Charles Dickens presents the horror of prison life in the novel. The discovery of Jingle and Job Trotter in the prison, and they are relieved by Mr. Pickwick. Then another major incident is the affairs of Tony Weller, that is Sam's father, and his second wife, Mrs. Weller, which ends in the death of the latter. You have Tony Weller's wife who falls in love with a pious, humbug, and greedy drunkard Steels, who is the deputy shepherd in the Ebenezer Temperance Association. Then we have some minor characters called Bob Sawyer, Benjamin Allen, who are medical students, and later they struggle to pursue their profession. The happy ending of the novel with the marriage of Emily Warden and Augustus Snodgrass brings in a kind of peace and relief to the characters. And it also restores the confidence in love and marriage. The Pickwick Club stops in operation, wherein we come to the end of the novel. Pickwick wishes to continue his adventures, though not in the form of traveling, but with all his new godchildren, which he will have in future.